Okay, good evening, Mr. Thompson. First of all, please tell us your name and your professional affiliation.
Phil Thompson. I'm from MIT in the United States. I teach urban planning and urban politics.
Okay, and why did you decide on visiting this conference? How does it come?
I have worked in the past with Christian Worthman in Haiti, and I worked in New Orleans after Katrina, the flood. I worked in Peru after the earthquake, and Haiti and New York after Hurricane Sandy. And I continue to do a lot of work in low income communities in Colombia, South America. So the conference was really along the lines of what I do and think about.
Yeah. So, what are your specific interests around the conference?
I'm always interested in learning what other people are doing, but I also have a political side to my work, and one of the questions Christian asked at the beginning is who should we be working with, and I can actually think of a lot of organizations that would be interested in this. In March, there's a convening of trade unions led by people of African descent from around the world, including Europe, Africa, the U.S., Latin America, and some of those organizations like South Africa, England, U.S. are pretty powerful, and their members are the ones who we're talking about here. And so I think there's an audience for this work where people do have political agency, and we need to start making those kinds of connections. So that's one thing that struck me.
Okay, so that's one thing you conclude from this, but are there any other takeaways you got from the conference or the speakers?
Actually, I think we're at a point of stagnation, honestly. I feel that the data on climate change it's happening now, I think faster than anyone expected. I think the data on global urbanization and poverty and the growth of, we can call it informal settlements if we don't want to use the word slums. But the magnitude of that is all out of proportion to the projects that all of us collectively are working on. And I'd like to see that addressed as an issue. It's one takeaway from me. It's like someone said it a little while ago. We're painting a house blue,
Yeah.
but what about the larger issues? And I think that's connected to the question of who are we talking to
Yeah.
about this?
Okay, so that's very important, and I hope you enjoy the last days. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
this interview.
Okay.